Yeah, sometimes getting the right camera angle is not fun. But today I'm doing kind of a monotonous task and thought I'd bring you guys along with me. I have a huge pile of tomatillos to husk. It's raining outside and I need to get this kitchen cleaned up before Thanksgiving. It's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend if you didn't know. And while I'm not hosting dinner, I still need to kind of get everything packed away for the weekend because I'm not going to be here enough to do any canning. So I don't just want to have food going bad while I'm eating at other places. So salsa verde seems to be the thing that's screaming the loudest right now. I don't think I have a year's worth yet. I had my absolute worst. Oh, it's split. I've never had that happen before. Huh. Ouch. Well, that's gonna go in the compost because I don't want to eat that, but that's okay. It has seeds. Maybe we'll have some volunteers next year. What was I saying? No idea. Oh yes, I don't have a year's worth of tomatillo. By far my worst tomatillo harvest this year. Tomatillos I started trying to grow in 2017, 2018 when I was still living in town. We were very much in a suburban home. It was a semi-detached house, which is quite common in the Halifax Regional Municipality. We were outside of the city, but still within HRM. Honestly, HRM is huge. You can be downtown Halifax and drive for more than an hour and still be within Halifax. I find it really funny because I came from a city that was pretty small, comparison in St. John, New Brunswick, where you could drive across the whole city in less than 30 minutes. So this is different. But being at that property, we had about 1/10 of an acre. I did tomatillos one year with like very commercial seeds that weren't really designed for my area, and I had almost no yield. I think I got some lanterns, but never any ripe fruit. And since then, I switched to using seeds from a local seed provider called Annapolis Seeds, and I've always had tomatillos. And usually I've had bumper crops to the point that by the time the frost comes, I am so over making salsa. I don't want to see another tomatillo until next year. I'm happy to eat the salsa all winter long, but I don't want to see another whole tomatillo, that's for sure. So this year I planted 70 row feet of tomatillos, and that's insane. I should have been so overwhelmed with tomatillos that I would be giving them away to anybody that would take them. And instead, I have had my worst harvest to date since I switched to using local seeds. I've had more harvest off of a 10-foot row at our old, at our semi-detached home versus here. With 70 row feet. It's been a pretty good growing year. All things considered, I don't think it's been particularly bad here in Nova Scotia. We haven't had, the cold and wet weather that we did in 2023. So this 2024 growing season, I was pretty excited for, but tomatillos are not one of the things that we're excited to grow a whole lot. I tried a new variety this year, also from Annapolis Seeds, called Tomos Verde Tomatillo. Usually I grow the Amarilla Tomatillo because that was just the first variety from them that I had found seeds. So I think next year we're going to amend the soil a whole lot. I didn't do that last year in the fall like I normally would. I didn't add any compost top dressing. I didn't lime. I didn't do anything. I just kind of covered what I could for the garden bed and called it done because I was done. So this year I really need to be more intentional. Before December really is when we start getting snow here in Nova Scotia. I want to look and see when the ideal time is to lime, which I think is in the fall. Lime that soil, adjust the alkalinity levels, or make it more alkaline, because right now it's really acidic. We do have really acidic soil kind of as a basis here in Nova Scotia. And I'm learning from Canadian Gardener. I'll link her channel. She's a soil scientist in Saskatchewan, that a lot of the nutrient uptake is not bioavailable when your pH levels are really off. So I think that could be a contributing factor this year, where I've not super top dressed. I'm probably growing in a more acidic soil. I had done a soil test in the fall of 2023, and it told me that all my levels were acceptable, and I just kind of called it good and left it. I had intended to top dress kind of in the spring this year, but I didn't prepare, and I didn't oil any manure or compost to be delivered, and I got impatient, so I just planted. Not the best way to get your best yield. So my tomatillo harvest has suffered. I've had other things this year that have done really well, probably having one of my best pepper years, so that's really exciting. I've got an abundance of pimento peppers. I have hot peppers starting to turn color on the vine. It's October 8th and we still haven't had a frost. Our anticipated first frost was September 20th. And based on kind of what was happening regionally, I was sure we were going to have one. I've covered my peppers for a few weeks just with like a frost fabric and a bug netting, just enough to kind of protect them if there was a mild frost, and that's not happened. So these plants are still like happily growing away out there, and it looks like I'm gonna have some ripe cayenne soon. Some candlelight hot peppers are turning color, and those pimento peppers are happy. My super stunted King of the North is doing really well. I'm actually getting full-size peppers that are starting to turn color, so hopefully I'll be able to save some seeds from them. My roulette heatless habanero peppers are finally producing fruit, and there's some that are sizable now, so hopefully they'll turn color soon, because I really want to save seeds from those because the seeds were so expensive. I think I paid $5 for a seed packet of just commercial seeds. They're not organic, they're not super specialty, other than they're like a heatless habanero variety. There were 10 seeds in the seed packet. 6 germinated, I think, and I only got 4 plants in the ground because some of them didn't make it to transplant. And yeah, I've got 2 out there that are producing peppers, and that's it. So I want to make sure that those 2 that have survived, that I'm saving seeds from, because I don't want to buy another $5 seed packet just for 10 seeds. So I think that is a goal. I wanted to learn to save seeds this year. I feel successfully saved some seeds. I've certainly learned a lot about saving seeds from my Seeds of Diversity book. I'll link it below. And hopefully next year I'll be growing a whole lot more from seeds I saved. Well, that was quite a bit of rambling, but I'm at home and just husking tomatillos. I'm going to get these in the oven roasting, and I'll probably bring you guys along for my salsa verde recipe. I've already recorded and posted my chipotle tomatillo recipe. I really enjoy that one, but sometimes you just need a more basic, less flavorful tomatillo to go along with recipes. There's one that we make with cream cheese and salsa verde and chicken with some beans in a foil pack. We used to call it camping chicken because when we camped all the time, this was like a special treat meal that we would prepare for ourselves because it was easy to cook over the fire or the barbecue. And now it's something that we can do here at home, but you know, with all that cream cheese, we try not to eat it on a regular basis, so, but it's still important to have that option available of a more basic tomatillo. I had some today for lunch. I just added in some sour cream and some cheddar cheese and ate that as like a cold nacho dip with some chips. And I prefer it with the basic tomatillo over the chipotle tomatillo that I prefer with tacos. So yeah, we've got all kinds of things going on. Hopefully I'll still be able to get a year's worth of salsa. I had a whole lot left over from last year because I did have a really good year with tomatillos. And yeah, hopefully that pays off. Got my bucket of husks over here. This will go out to our compost pile. I know I really need to work on adding enough browns to that compost pile because right now it's not balanced. I am aware that it's not balanced and we are having some rodent issues. The rodents were here before the compost, but now they've found a new food source, so they're definitely not leaving. This week one of the neighbor's cats has appeared and started hunting, so not ideal. We're on a really busy road and well, I don't mind at all having a cat hunting on our property. I'm really just worried about having attractants around for that cat to be here. I don't want it to get hit by a car. Hopefully I'll figure out who owns the cat and they can at least be aware that it's been visiting. Our dog also thinks it's great. She's been barking at it a lot. I'm quite entertained, but I don't think it's great. I want to make sure they don't decide to come in the house in the winter time. So balancing out that compost pile is becoming more and more important. If you are a compost expert and have a favorite brown from your homestead that you add to your compost pile, let me know in the comments below because I could really use some tips. I've been adding cardboard that I've been slicing with a new tool that my brother-in-law printed for me. Let me grab it for you. So I found the pattern for this online and it's got a blade inside here. It's kind of ergonomic. You just slide it to slice the cardboard. So you're not just adding big sheets of cardboard to your compost pile. He's got a 3D printer for his geeky things, but sometimes he makes me handy things too. So that was a fun thing that I got this week, and I've been slicing some brown cardboard, not printed cardboard, to add to the compost pile. Also been adding like brown paper bags, some of the pulp like pint boxes that we get from our CSA, and any wet cardboard that we've gotten from other things. So it's just, you know, another new skill to add to the homestead, one that I definitely don't feel confident in yet. So yesterday, because it's raining today, I went out and harvested a whole lot of green tomatoes that I just didn't want to split. These are probably going to sit until after Thanksgiving. I'm going to put them in a dark place with a ripe tomato to hopefully ripen over the weekend. Hopefully they don't go soft before I'm ready for them. But I thought better than them splitting on the vine and going bad before I got to them. Grab some jalapenos. So I'm going to set these over here so they're ready for that recipe. Alright, I'm going to continue with my relaxing day. I've got my TV swung around so I can see it from the kitchen here. And I'm going to watch some YouTube while I deal with the rest of these tomatillos. I'll catch you guys back here in a bit.